Wednesday to everybody. Having an awesome Why Wednesday to start the day. What's happening with you? What is magical in your life? We are here at Unblinded to help start the day, to create more money in less time with more magic in our lives through the formula for process, influence, and self-mastery. And this morning, we have an awesome and fun guest. Frando, could we bring Miss Susan Hum and Unblinded team live?
Yes, let's tag in Susan Hum. So team, just give us a second here.
While we're bringing Susan live, we're gonna have a self-mastery check-in in a little bit. And for those in the mastery program last night, if you did not see it, the Tuesday night call that was talking about the unique distinctions of ecosystem merger, which we will be talking about at some point during the rest of this week, and the incubation of ecosystem mergers so that time and energy is not wasted and dissipated, as well as what we then do and how the ecosystem mergers roll into speaking engagements, adding massive value for people to sales, meetings, and sales. With that said, do we have Susan with us yet, Fernando?
Susan is here.
Susan, how are you?
Good morning, Sean. I see you're shining on the beach this morning. I'm doing really well.
Yeah, blessed, Susan, to no end. It is gorgeous. The ocean has immense variety. Every single day it is different. You know, the wind, the tide, the waves, everything. And it is a very, very uniquely beautiful day today. The waves are clean. The surf is beautiful. The water is absolutely amazing. So good morning, Susan.
Good morning.
Yeah, so what are you up to in the world, Susan?
Oh, geez. You know, when we always say, be careful what you ask for, because when it actually happens and you're on that magic carpet ride, you're still trying to catch up with yourself along with everybody else that's dragged along with you.
So what is some of, just a little bit about you, a little bit of your background and where you're headed, because you have displayed a tremendous amount of leadership. You have a tremendous amount of gravitational pull in getting things to happen, right? Going from hello to yes to people. So what is it that you feel, see, and what are you up to?
Good question, Sean. I'm still trying to figure that out at the age of 51, but it's a question that a lot of people ask me. It's like, have you always been like this? It's one of those questions that everybody asks. And my answer is absolutely no. I was not always like this. It's, I was always fascinated with humans and human behavior and how to influence people without manipulating people from a very young age, right? And so I went from manipulating to influencing, and really my journey started when I was in my 20s. I was in a long-term relationship from the age of 13, and it lasted for 9.5 years. And I think it destroyed me, but at the same time, it made me, because I really hurt that person. So when I left that relationship, I made it a commitment to myself that to do justice to him and to my experience in those 9 years, I was going to live the most conscious life and making sure that I don't hurt anybody consciously. And so when I started off on my journey, I thought, okay, well, I left to Hong Kong and I figured I needed a new life. I probably didn't need to go across the ocean, but I did. When you say new, you should do new, not just hop a step forward. And so, that's when my journey really started with the word magic, because everybody told me that I wasn't going to make it. I didn't speak Cantonese. I didn't speak Chinese, even though I am Chinese. I didn't have a university degree. I stopped after my first year thinking, I don't need it. I really don't need anything. And I didn't have a work visa to work there. So when I went there with $1,000, I didn't realize that Hong Kong, you don't last long with $1,000. And I ran out of money at three weeks. And I really had to make a go of it at that point. And I ended up staying for 11 years in Asia, 7 years in Hong Kong, and 4 years in Singapore. Really finding myself, and really my journey of being single for 10 years in Asia really gave me the gift of knowing what the magic is, which is being centered in my heart all the time and learning how to own your decisions and your path without anybody else's influencing over your decisions on how you live your life.
Thank you, Susan. And Susan, you said something critical, the distinction between manipulation and influence.
Mm-hmm.
So how does Susan Hum distinguish between manipulation and influence?
Manipulation is when you're not thinking about the well-being of somebody else and you're focused on your own desires and your own goals. Whereas living consciously is I'm always aware of what you need first before I know what I need. That's why I can focus on you. And that's why self-mastery is really the key to everything in life, because only once you master yourself do you know or have the capability of thinking about somebody else as well.
Awesome. Love it. And so what's going on with like the Real Raws for love, and like what's happening in that space, and what are you up to?
Well, Sean, I have to give kudos to you with the Real Raw, because I thought I was going to run with the Real Raw on my own. And then I just kept coming back to you and Unblinded thinking, no, this is not my thing. This is our thing. This is Sean's thing. This is Unblinded's thing. So really, I turned the Real Raw into a singles game show, which is hilarious because that's what I do, right? And Gina Ricci gave me the best name recently, and she's calling me the love hacker. So I now have become the love hacker because I know how to hack people's heart, right? and you know, Sean, you call it micro distinctions. I call it clarity around your heart, right? And that's what we do. And the faster we could get clarity around the heart and micro distinctions on what is really going on with you, the faster you can make those decisive actions to go forward in what you need in your path. So I turned the Real Raw role play into love and dating. And so we have people dating one another in the world of personal development. And it's really beautiful because, you know, when we judge, Sean, as you know, it's not judging people based on what they're doing right or wrong and what is wrong with them. It is something that I think everybody in the world suffers from, is love. It's that, you know, the vulnerability is something that people avoid without even realizing, and then they're lost in that whole game of love. So it's just bringing the fun back to love. And really, those micro distinctions are really powerful when we really take people through conscious communication while you're vulnerable.
Thank you, Susan. And so, like, you've seen a lot in the world of personal development coaching, and I'm incredibly appreciative of your kind words, your energy, your focus, participation. What is it here at Unblinded that you see that attracts somebody of your background, experience, and caliber?
Well, this is the decision I made about 3 months ago when Adam Gugino called me, and I knew at that point, I'm done, I'm in. And somehow he has this magnetism as well. Adam is great. But I had made the intention right before I spoke to him that I'm coming straight to you, Sean, anyway. So he was just a vehicle to bring me to you. And, you know, ecosystem mergers are everything in life. How to do it is really the trick, right? And I found a really easy way of understanding it. And that is, have a vision of what you want in your life and make sure that your strategy is aligning yourself with those ecosystems that you can merge with. And so I was able to do it really quickly here at Unblinded because I've been doing this for 25 years, building ecosystem mergers. And I think the most powerful one that I really went through was my own marriage. When I met my husband at the age of 32, that is an ecosystem merger. I knew exactly why.
That is a very important ecosystem merger.
Oh, it's the toughest one, but if you could nail that one, hey, everybody else is toast, right? And so, yeah, but I knew why I was with him. I knew how he was going to serve me. I knew how I was going to serve him in our life and what we need to do, what we need to grow into. And so that's how ecosystems merge, right? Like, you know how it serves one another. It's a win-win. So when I came into Unblinded, I knew what I would bring to you, Sean, and to the community. So that's why I'm able to receive. And one of the things that I made a decision a few months ago is I am just going to keep focusing on giving and giving to the world and giving to anybody who comes across my path without thinking too much about taking. And I will work with you, Sean, Unblinded, Adam, Fernando, everybody else, to be able to take care of my back and watch my back, because that is the circle of love. That's what Steel Rose is all about. That's what Shuling and I are creating. So it's like, just focus on giving. Somebody else will have your back. And that's what I want within this community with you all.
Yeah, loves Shuling. She's absolutely amazing. And final here, Susan. This distinction. So we talk about the indispensable elements. You just talked about giving, and indispensable element E. Okay, number 5 is or 5th is emotional and energetic transference. And if we have, and there's no influence, there's no connection, there's no nothing, unless there's energy transferred from us to somebody else, right? And a key distinction to think about for everybody in that giving process is you cannot give of what you do not have, right? So if your energy isn't there, there's nothing for you to give to other people. And I think we live in such a dynamic in our society where we're taught to mute ourselves and to dull and dilute our energy. And so this isn't talking about violating principles of matching and mirroring. And it's not talking about being hyper, but just being in our heart, being present in our body, and doing things like putting endorphins in our body and doing, I was joking last night, Susan, not joking, but I was sharing, it may seem a little odd, but as I'm going through the day and I'm on real raws and doing other things, I'm doing body weight squats, I'm doing planks, I'm doing jumping jacks, I'm doing crunches, I'm doing things to put energy and doing breathing exercises to bring energy into my body. So there's something to give. So as you hit this Why Wednesday, everybody, Susan's talking about giving. We cannot give from what we don't have. We can't give money we don't have. We can't give time we don't have. And we can't give energy and magic we don't have. So just my takeaway from today, right, is the consciousness of where your energy is and how you're giving that gift to other people. It is the easiest and also many times the most critical gift we can give is our energy to others. Final thoughts on that, Susan?
Oh, you're absolutely right. I mean, giving is hand in hand together with knowing what to let go of too. So it's not just about giving, it's a journey of learning about self. And you're very right. I mean, that's why Unblinded for us is more about I will bring everybody in who wants to monetize while having self-mastery. So that's what Unblinded is to me. And that's the ecosystem that I'm looking at. You're the master at monetization, and I know you are.
Yeah, and thank you. And that's always heart-centered, integrous. Here's how you want to create the most monetization imaginable. Make sure you add massive value, right? This is add massive value and you will receive massive value. And if you give a little more massive value than you receive, you will always continue to receive forever. Susan, I'm so grateful for you. It is Why Wednesday. Have an amazing